My child, stop. Just for a moment. Stop searching, stop scrolling, stop looking for something outside of yourself to tell you what you already feel stirring deep in your chest. I know you didn't stumble upon this by accident. You think you did. You think it was random, just another video in the endless stream, just another voice in the noise. But I have been waiting for this moment. I have been watching you scroll past 100 messages, waiting for you to arrive here, in this quiet space, where I can finally speak to you without the world screaming over my voice. Breathe. Just breathe. I know your heart is heavy. I know you have been carrying something that no one else sees. You smile at people. You answer their questions. You show up. You do the things. But underneath all of that, there is a weight, isn't there? A weight you cannot explain. A sadness that doesn't make sense because on paper, everything should be fine. But you and I both know it hasn't felt fine. Not for a long time. I want you to know something, and I need you to really hear it, not just with your ears, but with the deepest part of your soul. I have never been closer to you than I am right now. I know it doesn't feel that way. I know you have whispered into the dark, "Are you even there?" I know you have cried yourself to sleep, wondering if I heard a single word. I know you have looked at other people's lives, their breakthroughs, their blessings, their answered prayers, and wondered why it seems so easy for them and so impossible for you. But listen to me. I was not silent because I abandoned you. I was silent because you were not ready to hear what I needed to say, and what I needed to say would have shattered you if I had spoken it too soon. You have been asking me for things, blessings, doors to open, people to stay, situations to change. And I have heard every single request. I have not lost one word you prayed. I have not forgotten one tear you cried. But there is something you don't see, something I have been protecting you from, something that would have destroyed you if I had given you what you wanted when you wanted it. You thought the delays were rejection. You thought the silence meant I was disappointed in you. You thought maybe you had done something wrong, that somehow you missed me, that you stepped outside of my will, and now I was punishing you by staying quiet. No, my beloved, no. The delays were not punishment. The delays were protection. I closed doors because on the other side of those doors were things you were not ready to carry. I removed people because they would have become chains around your heart. I slowed things down because if they had moved at the speed you wanted, you would have collapsed under the weight of what was coming. You don't see what I see. You see today, you see the pain, you see the loneliness, you see the bills, the relationships, the confusion, the waiting. But I see the full picture. I see where you're going. I see what's waiting for you. And I have been carefully, meticulously, lovingly preparing you for it. Do you think I enjoy watching you struggle? Do you think it brings me pleasure to see you confused and hurting? No, it grieves me. Every tear you cry, I catch. Every sigh you release, I feel. But I love you too much to give you something that would destroy you just to stop your temporary discomfort. You have been asking for the destination. I have been building the foundation. And oh, the foundation has been hard to build, hasn't it? The digging, the removing, the clearing out. You thought things were being taken from you. You thought you were losing. But I was clearing space. I was removing everything that could not remain if you were going to carry what I am about to place in your hands. You have felt forgotten. I know. You have watched others receive what you've been begging for, and you have tried to be happy for them while something inside you quietly bled. You have wondered if I play favorites, if I see some and overlook others. But that is the lie the enemy has been whispering to you in the lonely hours, that you are less, that you are overlooked, that you don't matter the way others do. Look at me, right now. Look past the screen, past the words, past everything you think you know. Look into the silence and see me watching you. I have never overlooked you, not once, not for a second. Every moment you felt invisible, I was staring directly at you. Every moment you felt abandoned, I was holding you. Every moment you thought no one understood, I was inside your pain, feeling it with you, carrying it for you, weeping over you. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are not an afterthought in some cosmic plan. I chose you. Before you were born, I chose you. Before your parents knew you existed, I chose you. Before the foundations of the earth, I saw you. And I said, this one is mine. This one I will hold. This one I will guide. This one I will never let go. But you have been looking for confirmation in all the wrong places. You have been looking for me in people's approval, in circumstances lining up, in doors swinging open, in visible signs that everything is okay. And because those things haven't appeared the way you expected, you have concluded that I am distant. I am not distant. I am closer than your next breath. I am the reason you kept going when everything in you wanted to quit. I am the reason you didn't fall apart completely when your world was shaking. I am the reason you still have hope, even when that hope feels small and buried under years of disappointment. That flicker inside you, the one that still believes things could change, the one that still whispers maybe when everything screams never, that flicker is me. I have been keeping it alive. I have been protecting it. I have been feeding it in secret, in ways you cannot see, so that when the time is right, it will burst into a flame that no one can ignore. You have been through things you never speak about, things that shaped you in ways you don't fully understand. People look at you and see who you are now, but I see every step you took to get here. I see the nights you couldn't sleep. I see the mornings you didn't want to wake up. I see the moments you smiled through the pain so no one would ask questions. I see it all, and I have never been more proud of anyone than I am of you. You think you're weak because you struggled. You think you're failing because you haven't figured it all out. You think you're behind because your timeline doesn't match everyone else's. But I look at you and I see strength that the world cannot comprehend. I see a warrior who has been fighting battles no one knows about and is still standing. I see a heart that has been broken and bruised and battered, and still chooses to love, still chooses to hope, still chooses to believe. Do you understand how rare that is? Do you understand what I see when I look at you? I see someone who could have given up 1,000 times, but didn't. I see someone who had every reason to become bitter, but chose to stay soft. I see someone who was misunderstood, misjudged, mistreated, and still found a way to get up every morning and face another day. You are not weak. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too difficult to love. You are exactly who I created you to be. And everything you have been through, every tear, every betrayal, every lonely night, every moment of confusion, has been preparing you for what comes next. I know you're tired. I know you're at the edge of what you can handle. I know you've thought about giving up, about walking away, about letting go of everything you once believed, but don't. Not yet. Not now. Not when you're closer than you've ever been. You can't see it. You won't see it until it happens. But I am telling you, right here, right now, something is shifting. Something is breaking open. Something that has been sealed for a long time is about to be released. And when it happens, you will understand why I made you wait. You will understand why I said no to some things and yes to others. You will understand why certain people had to leave and certain doors had to close. You will look back at this moment, this painful, confusing, exhausting moment, and you will see my hand in every single detail. I am closer than you think. I have never left. I have never stopped working. I have never stopped loving you. And this is only the beginning. My beloved, I need to speak to you about something you have carried in silence. Something you have buried so deep that even you forget it's there sometimes. But it rises up, doesn't it? In the quiet moments, in the middle of the night, when a certain memory plays unexpectedly behind your eyes. The betrayal. I know you don't talk about it. You told yourself you moved on. You told yourself it didn't matter, that people are people, that everyone makes mistakes, that you should be the bigger person and just let it go. And you did let it go, outwardly, but inwardly, something calcified, something built a wall, something started whispering, never again. I saw what they did to you. I saw every moment. I saw the friend who smiled in your face while sharpening a knife behind your back. I saw the lover who spoke sweet words while planning their exit. I saw the family member who should have protected you, but instead handed you over to your accusers. I saw the mentor who used your trust as currency, trading your secrets for their advancement. You didn't imagine it. You weren't being paranoid. Your heart wasn't lying to you. There were people around you who never wanted what was best for you. There were people who smiled and congratulated you while secretly hoping you would fall. There were people who positioned themselves close to you not because they loved you, but because they wanted what you had, your gifts, your connections, your light. And when they couldn't have it, they tried to extinguish it. I watched you discover their true faces. I felt your heart crack when the truth finally surfaced. I saw you replay conversations, searching for clues you missed, wondering how you could have been so blind. I watched you blame yourself for trusting, for believing, for giving people the benefit of the doubt. Stop. Stop blaming yourself for being good. Your willingness to trust is not a weakness. Your willingness to love is not a flaw. Your willingness to see the best in people is not naivety. It is the very image of me stamped onto your soul. I see the best in you when you cannot see it in yourself. I trust you with things you don't even know you're carrying. I believe in you when everyone else has walked away. You became like me when you chose to trust. And the people who hurt you, they were not punishing you for being weak. They were punishing you for being like me. Light exposes what hides in darkness. Your presence made them uncomfortable. Your goodness convicted them. Your loyalty shamed their disloyalty. That's why they turned on you. Not because you did something wrong, because you did something right. I know you wanted to fight back. I know there were moments when you could have exposed them, when you could have spoken the truth that would have destroyed their reputation, when you could have defended yourself and watched them crumble. You had the evidence, you had the words, you had the opportunity, but something held you back. That something was me. I whispered to you in the heat of your anger, "Not yet. Trust me." I placed my hand over your mouth when you wanted to scream the truth. I cooled the fire in your chest when you wanted to burn everything down. I gave you the strength to walk away, to stay silent, to let them think they had won. And they do think they won, don't they? They walk around with their heads high. They tell their version of the story. They paint you as the villain, the unstable one, the problem. They have no idea that you could destroy them with a single sentence. They have no idea that you hold their secrets in your closed hand. But you know, and I know, and that is enough for now. I want you to hear something, and I need you to receive it deeply. Your silence was not weakness. Your silence was strategy. I was protecting you from yourself. If you had spoken in that moment, you would have spoken from your wound, not from your healing. You would have destroyed them, yes, but you would have destroyed yourself in the process. The words that would have come out of your mouth would have felt satisfying for a moment, but they would have poisoned you for years. So I held you back. I kept you quiet. I made you sit on your hands and bite your tongue and walk away when every fiber of your being wanted to stay and fight. And you obeyed. Even when you didn't understand, you obeyed. Even when it felt like cowardice, you obeyed. Even when people misunderstood your silence as admission of guilt, you obeyed. Do you understand what that cost you? Do you understand the depth of your sacrifice? You gave up your right to be vindicated. You gave up your chance to clear your name. You let people believe lies about you because I asked you to trust me with your reputation. And I have not forgotten. I have not overlooked a single moment of your restraint. I am not like people. I do not forget what was done in secret, both the evil done to you and the good you chose in response. I keep records that no one else sees. I have a book, my beloved, and in that book, every tear you cried in private is written. Every time you chose silence over revenge is recorded. Every moment you extended grace when you wanted to extend judgment is sealed forever. The people who hurt you, they think they got away with it. They think time has erased what they did. They think because you moved on, because you don't bring it up, because you smile when you see them, that somehow the account is closed and they are free. But the account is not closed. It is simply in my hands now. I am the God who sees. I am the God who remembers. I am the God who repays, not with petty revenge, not with the small vindication you wanted, but with a justice so complete, so perfect, so beyond what you could imagine, that you will look at what I do and weep at my goodness. You don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to defend yourself or set the record straight or make sure everyone knows the truth. That is my job now, and I am very, very good at my job. There is something I need to tell you about the people who hurt you. I never wanted you to stay in relationship with them. I never asked you to pretend nothing happened. I never required you to trust them again or let them back into your life. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is releasing them to me. Reconciliation requires repentance, and some of them have never repented. Some of them still tell themselves they were right to hurt you. Some of them still carry the same heart that plotted against you. You can forgive them and still be finished with them. You can release the bitterness and still maintain the boundary. You can pray for their souls and still protect your peace. I am not calling you to be a doormat. I am calling you to be my child, wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, wise enough to know who should never have access to your heart again, gentle enough to release the poison so it doesn't destroy you. You have done both. You have held the boundary. You have released the bitterness. And I am so proud of you. But there is still a part of you that waits for them to acknowledge what they did. There is still a part of you that hopes they will see, that they will apologize, that they will finally understand the pain they caused. You think that apology would heal you. You think their acknowledgement would set you free. Let me tell you something. Their apology would not be enough. Even if they came to you today, weeping, confessing everything, begging your forgiveness, it would not heal the deepest part of this wound. Because the deepest part of this wound is not about them. It is about you and me. You needed to know that I see. You needed to know that I care. You needed to know that I will defend you when no one else will. And I am telling you now, in this moment, with everything I am, I see, I care, I will defend you. Their acknowledgement would be temporary relief, but my acknowledgement, my declaration that you are mine, that you are loved, that you are worthy, that is eternal healing. Look at me. Let go of waiting for them. They may never come to their senses. They may never apologize. They may live their whole lives believing their version of the story. And you have to be okay with that. Not because it's fair, but because your peace cannot depend on their repentance. Your vindication is coming from a different source. It is coming from me. And when I move, when I finally step into your situation and turn everything around, they will see. Not because you told them, not because you exposed them, but because I will lift you so high that they cannot miss you. I will bless you so publicly that they cannot deny my hand on your life. I will promote you so clearly that they will have to cover their mouths and whisper, "It was God." That is the vindication I am preparing for you. Not a confrontation, not a reckoning, not a moment where they admit you were right, but a moment so glorious, so undeniable, so clearly supernatural, that they will know, without you saying a word, that you were the one I loved all along. So rest, my beloved. Rest in the silence you chose. Rest in the boundary you maintained. Rest in the forgiveness you extended, even when it wasn't deserved. I have seen everything, and I am doing something about it. Right now, while you read these words, I am working, I am positioning, I am aligning circumstances and moving hearts and preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Not so you can gloat, not so you can feel superior, but so you can taste the fullness of my faithfulness and know, once and for all, that you were never forgotten. The people who underestimated you are about to see what I always knew. The people who wrote you off are about to witness your comeback. The people who said you would never rise are about to watch you soar. And you won't need to say a word. Your life will be the testimony. Your blessing will be the proof. Your peace will be the evidence that I am real, that I am good, and that I have never, ever stopped fighting for you. Rest now. The battle is over. The victory is coming, and I am with you every step of the way. My beloved, come closer. I want to talk to you about the waiting, about the silence, about all those doors that closed when you were standing right in front of them, desperate to walk through. You have spent so much time asking me why. Why did that relationship end? Why did that opportunity fall through? Why did that door slam shut just as you reached for the handle? Why did they choose someone else? Why did the healing not come? Why did the money not show up? I have heard every why. I have felt the frustration behind each question. I have seen you lying awake at night, running through every possibility, trying to figure out what you did wrong, what you could have done differently, what secret sin or hidden flaw caused me to hold back. But what if I told you that none of those doors closed because of what you did wrong? What if I told they closed because of what I was doing right? You have been looking at closed doors as rejection. I need you to see them as redirection. You have been looking at lost relationships as failure. I need you to see them as filtration. You have been looking at delayed promises as punishment. There were things on the other side of those doors that you could not see. There were people waiting for you on the other side of those opportunities who would have drained you, used you, and discarded you. There were situations that looked like blessings, but would have become traps. There were paths that seemed right, but would have led to your destruction. And I saw it all. So I closed the door. Not because I didn't love you, because I loved you too much to let you walk into disaster. Think about it. Think about the doors that hurt the most when they closed. The relationship you begged me to save. Where would you be today if I had said yes? The job you wanted so desperately. What would it have cost you to stay there? The move you planned, the city you wanted to live in, the friendship you fought to keep. If I had given you everything you asked for, would you still be standing? You don't know. You can't know, but I know. I see the beginning from the end. I see the trap hidden under the blessing. I see the hook inside the bait. I see the chains that would have wrapped around your heart if I had let you have your way. So I said no. I closed the door. I let you be confused and disappointed and heartbroken because temporary heartbreak is better than permanent destruction. You thought I was punishing you. I was positioning you. Every closed door was actually a protective wall. Every no was setting you up for a better yes. Every loss was clearing space for a greater gain. But you couldn't see it then, and honestly, you still struggle to see it now. You still look back at certain losses and wonder what might have been. You still carry the ghost of old dreams, old hopes, old versions of your life that never came to be. Let them go, my child. Release them to me. Those dreams you're holding, the ones that died, the ones that never materialized, the ones you're still secretly hoping will resurrect. I have something better. I have something you couldn't have imagined. I have something that will make you look back at every closed door and say, "Thank you, God. Thank you for not giving me what I wanted." But you're not there yet. You're still in the in-between. You're still waiting. You're still wondering if anything good is ever going to happen. And the waiting has been long, hasn't it? Longer than you expected. Longer than you planned. Longer than you thought you could endure. There were moments when you almost gave up. Moments when you sat on the edge of your bed and told me you couldn't do it anymore. Moments when you stopped praying because it felt like talking to the ceiling. Moments when you envied people who seemed to have everything you wanted. People who never struggled the way you struggle. People whose lives looked easy and blessed, while yours felt hard and hidden. I was with you in every one of those moments. When you sat on the edge of the bed, I sat beside you. When you told me you couldn't do it anymore, I held you and whispered, "You don't have to do it alone. I'll do it through you." When you stopped praying, I kept speaking your name. When you envied others, I pulled you closer and said, "You don't want their story, you want yours. And yours is going to be beautiful." The waiting was not empty time. I was doing things in you that could only be done in the dark. I was strengthening roots that no one could see. I was building character that no one could fake. I was developing depth that no one could take from you. I was teaching you to hear my voice when the crowd was silent, to trust my heart when your circumstances made no sense. to love me for who I am instead of what I could give you. These are things you cannot learn on the mountaintop. These are things you can only learn in the valley. And you have learned them. Even when you didn't realize you were learning, you were. Even when you felt like you were failing, you were growing. Even when you thought you were going backward, I was moving you forward in ways you couldn't perceive. Look at who you were 5 years ago. Look at who you were before this season started. Look at the things that used to shake you, the fears that used to control you, the opinions that used to define you. Something has changed, hasn't it? Something inside you is different, stronger, quieter, more settled. That's me. That's what I've been doing while you waited. I've been making you unshakable. I've been building a foundation that can hold the weight of what I'm about to place on you. I've been removing the cracks, filling the holes, strengthening the weak places, so that when the blessing comes, you can carry it without collapsing. Because the blessing is heavy, my beloved. The assignment is weighty. The calling is significant. And if I had given it to you before you were ready, it would have crushed you. You would have lost it. You would have hurt yourself and others. You would have stood in front of the open door and realized you didn't have what it takes to walk through. But now you're almost ready. Now the foundation is almost set. Now the roots have grown deep enough to support the height I'm about to give you. You thought the isolation was rejection. You thought being alone meant being forgotten. You thought the quiet season meant I was done with you. No, my child. The isolation was intimacy. The alone time was just me and you, building something that no one else could touch. The quiet season was the most productive season of your life. You just couldn't see the fruit because it was growing underground. Look at the people who left. Look at the relationships that ended. Look at the friendships that couldn't survive this season. Some of them left because they couldn't go where you're going. They were not built for the next level. They would have held you back, weighed you down, convinced you to stay small so they could feel comfortable. So I removed them, gently, quietly, one by one. Not because they were bad people, because they were not your people for the next season. It hurt when they left. It still hurts sometimes. You wonder if you could have done something different, been someone different, kept them close. But I need you to see the truth. You didn't lose them. They were never yours to keep. They were passengers for a portion of the journey, and when that portion ended, they had to get off. You're not less because they're gone. You're lighter. And the people who stayed, the ones who loved you when you had nothing to offer, who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself, who stood with you when standing with you cost them something. Those are the ones I'm keeping. Those are the ones who will walk with you into the next season. Those are the gifts I've given you that no enemy can steal. I've been filtering your life, removing the noise, clearing the clutter, making space for what's coming. And what's coming is big. What's coming is heavy with glory. What's coming is going to require all of you, all the strength you've built in secret, all the wisdom you've gained in silence, all the faith you've developed in the dark. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not forgotten. You're exactly where you need to be. And the door that's about to open, the one I've been preparing while you waited, is going to make every closed door worth it. Can you trust me a little longer? Can you hold on through this final stretch? Can you believe that the silence is breaking, that the dawn is coming, that the waiting is almost over? I know you're tired. I know you're ready for it to be done. I know you've been watching and waiting and hoping for so long that hope itself has started to feel heavy. But look at me. Just look at me. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. I have not changed my mind about you. Every promise I've spoken over your life is still true. Every word I've planted in your heart is still alive. Every dream I've given you is still coming to pass. The door is opening. The season is shifting. The wait is almost over. And when you walk through, when you finally step into everything I've been preparing, you will look back at this moment and weep. Not with sorrow, with gratitude, because you will finally understand that the waiting was not wasted. The closed doors were not cruelty. The isolation was not abandonment. It was love. All of it. Every single second. It was me, loving you enough to wait until you were ready. And now you're ready. Now the door is opening. Now the story is about to change. My beloved, can you feel it? Stop. Be still for a moment. Ignore the noise around you. Ignore the distractions, the notifications, the voices telling you to keep scrolling, keep moving, keep searching for something outside yourself. Just be still and feel what is happening right now, in this very moment, beneath the surface of your life. Something is shifting. I know you can't see it yet. I know your circumstances still look the same. I know the bills are still due, the relationships are still complicated, the waiting has stretched so long that you've stopped checking the clock. But something beneath the surface, something in the spiritual realm, something in the atmosphere around you is shifting. The silence you've been living in, it's about to break. The stagnation you've been fighting, it's about to move. The door that has been sealed for years, it's about to swing open. I am doing something new, right now. As you read these words, I am moving, I am rearranging, I am positioning people and circumstances and opportunities in ways you cannot see, but will soon witness with your own eyes. You have been in a season of hiddenness, a season where no one saw your struggle, your sacrifice, your tears, a season where you labored in secret, where you served without recognition, where you gave without thanks. You thought no one noticed. You thought your efforts were wasted. You thought you were pouring into a void. But I noticed. I saw every hidden thing. And now, the hidden season is ending. I am bringing you into the open. There is a shift happening that will leave people speechless. The very people who overlooked you will be forced to look. The people who dismissed you will be unable to ignore you. The people who wrote you off will watch in amazement as I lift you higher than they ever thought possible. This is not about your effort. This is not about you finally getting it right. This is about me, about my timing, my plan, my faithfulness to the promises I spoke over your life when no one else was listening. I made you promises in the dark. Now I am fulfilling them in the light. You thought I had forgotten those promises. You reminded me of them over and over, as if I needed help remembering. But I have never forgotten. I have been working on them since the moment I spoke them. I have been aligning circumstances, building character, preparing the ground, so that when the fulfillment came, it would be complete, it would be lasting, it would be more than you could ask or imagine. And now the fulfillment is here, right on time. Not a moment early, not a moment late, right on time. The elevation that is coming, it's going to feel sudden. It's going to feel like it came out of nowhere. People will look at your life and wonder how it happened so quickly. They will ask for your secret. They will want to know who opened the doors for you. And you will know. You will know that I did this. You will know that every closed door, every long night, every silent tear was preparation for this moment. I am reversing things. I am turning the narrative around. For every accusation spoken against you in secret, I am bringing public vindication. For every plot the enemy designed to bring you down, I am building a platform for your ascent. For every person who celebrated your failure, I am preparing a seat where they will watch your success. This is not revenge. This is restoration. This is me showing the world who you really are. Not the version of you that people talked about. Not the reputation that was stolen from you, but the real you. The you I created. The you I've been shaping in secret all along. You have been misunderstood for so long. You have been labeled, judged, dismissed. People put you in boxes and told you who you were supposed to be. They limited you with their words, their expectations, their small vision of your life. But I never limited you. I saw the full picture. I saw the leader hidden in the servant. I saw the teacher hidden in the student. I saw the king hidden in the shepherd. And now I am bringing that hidden thing into the open. Get ready to be seen, really seen. Not for your performance, not for your striving, but for who you actually are. The shift is going to affect every area of your life. The places where you've struggled, suddenly there will be breakthrough. The relationships that have been strained, suddenly there will be healing. The finances that have been tight, suddenly there will be provision. The dreams that have felt dead, suddenly there will be resurrection. I am breathing life into dry bones. I am speaking light into darkness. I am calling forth things that were not as though they were. And you will walk into this new season with an authority you've never carried before. Not the fake confidence you tried to manufacture in your own strength. Not the bravado that covered your insecurity. But real authority. Deep authority. The kind that comes from surviving the fire and coming out refined. You have been through too much to be shaken by small things now. You have seen too much of my faithfulness to panic at every obstacle. You have learned too much in the dark to be deceived by every counterfeit light. You are ready for this. You are ready. The people who thought they knew you, the ones who underestimated you, dismissed you, wrote you off, they are about to see a version of you they never imagined existed. Not because you've changed who you are, but because I am removing the veil. I am letting your light shine. I am positioning you on a hill that cannot be hidden. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them whisper behind their hands about how you got so blessed, so favored, so elevated. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't have to defend your blessing or justify your promotion. You don't have to prove that you deserve this. You don't have to make them understand. All you have to do is walk through the door I'm opening. All you have to do is receive what I'm giving. All you have to do is occupy the space I've prepared. The reversal is happening. The narrative is changing. The story you've been telling yourself about your life, the one where you're always behind, always struggling, always overlooked. That story is about to be rewritten. I am writing a new chapter. And in this chapter, you win. Not because you're perfect, not because you finally figured everything out, but because I am gracious, because I keep my promises, because I love you with an everlasting love that refuses to let you go. The same hand that closed doors to protect you is now opening doors to promote you. The same voice that said, wait, is now saying, go. The same presence that held you in the dark is now walking with you into the light. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will never be alone. The shift is here. Can you feel it? That stirring in your spirit? that flicker of hope that won't die, that quiet knowing that something is different. That's me. That's the signal. That's the sign you've been asking for. It's time. The waiting is over. The hiding is done. The preparation is complete. Now watch. Watch what I do. Watch how I move. Watch how I turn everything around in your favor. You thought your story was over. You thought this was as good as it gets. You thought the dreams you buried were dead forever. But I am the God of resurrection. I am the God of sudden turns. I am the God who specializes in impossible. And I am about to do something in your life that will make every person who hears about it say, that had to be God. No one else could have done that. Get ready. Get your heart ready. Get your hands ready. Get your faith ready. The door is opening. The season is shifting. Your time is here. Walk through. Walk through and don't look back. I am with you. I am for you. And nothing can stop what I am about to do. My beloved, breathe. Just breathe for a moment. I know your heart is pounding. I know you can feel the shift in the air around you. I know something inside you is waking up, something that has been asleep for a very long time. Let it wake. Let it stretch. Let it open its eyes to the new world I am ushering you into. This is the part you've been waiting for. Not just a little improvement. Not just things getting slightly better. Not just enough to get by, enough to survive, enough to keep going. I am talking about full restoration, complete restoration. The kind that makes you forget you were ever broken. I am restoring everything the enemy stole from you. Every year you spent in confusion. Every season you lost to grief. Every relationship that was taken by betrayal. Every opportunity that was stolen by injustice. Every dream that was killed by disappointment. I am giving it all back. And I am giving it back with interest. You thought those years were wasted. You thought the pain had no purpose. You thought the waiting was empty time you would never recover. But I am the God who redeems time. I am the God who makes up for lost years. I am the God who takes what the enemy meant for evil and turns it into something so beautiful that you will thank me for the battle. The restoration is coming in waves. First, peace. Deep, settled, unshakable peace. The kind of peace that doesn't make sense given your circumstances. The kind of peace that confuses people who know what you've been through. The kind of peace that announces to the world that someone bigger than you is living inside you. You've chased peace for so long. You've tried to manufacture it with vacations, with distractions, with busyness, with escape. But real peace was never something you could create. It was something you could only receive. And now I am pouring it into you like oil. Let it settle. Let it soak. Let it heal the places that have been raw for too long. Then comes abundance. Not just enough. Not just survival. Abundance. Overflow. More than you need. More than you expected. More than you could ask or think. I am opening storehouses you didn't know existed. I am releasing resources that have been held back. I am connecting you to provision that will make you stare at your bank account in wonder. I am bringing opportunities that will make you say, how did this happen? Where did this come from? It came from me. It was always yours. I was just waiting until you were ready to carry it without it carrying you. You used to worry about money. You used to stress about bills, about the future, about whether there would be enough. Those days are ending, not because money won't matter anymore, but because you will finally understand that I am your source. The money is just a symptom. I am the source. And when you know me as your source, you can have much or little, and still be at peace. But I am giving you much. I am giving you enough to be a blessing. I am giving you enough to open your hand to others. I am giving you enough to demonstrate to the world that I am real, that I am good, that I provide for those who trust me. Your restoration will not stop with you. It will flow through you to everyone around you. Your family will be blessed because you were faithful. Your children will walk in freedom because you fought for them in secret. Your friends will find hope because they watched you rise. People you don't even know yet will hear your story and say, if God did that for them, maybe He will do it for me. You are becoming a lighthouse. You are becoming a testimony. You are becoming living proof that I am who I say I am. And with the restoration comes a new identity, a new authority, a new confidence that doesn't come from you, but flows through you. You used to walk into rooms hoping people would accept you. Now you will walk into rooms knowing who you are, and that knowing will shift the atmosphere before you say a word. You used to shrink to make others comfortable. Now you will stand tall and let them adjust to your light. You used to apologize for existing, for taking up space, for having needs and feelings and dreams. Now you will occupy the space I created for you with gratitude and grace. I am giving you a new name, not the name they called you, not the label they stuck on you, not the identity the enemy tried to trap you in. A new name, a name that reflects who you really are, a name that carries your true authority, a name that opens doors and commands respect in the spiritual realm. You will look in the mirror and not recognize yourself at first. The heaviness will be gone from your eyes. The tension will be gone from your jaw. The fear will be gone from your posture. You will see someone peaceful, someone free, someone whole, and you will weep with gratitude because you thought that person died years ago. That person didn't die. That person was just hidden, waiting for this moment, waiting for me to finish what I started. I am not done with you. I am barely getting started. The best years of your life are not behind you. They are ahead of you. The greatest victories are not in your memory. They are in your future. The most significant impact you will make is not something you've already done. It's something you haven't even imagined yet. I have placed gifts inside you that you haven't fully discovered. I have given you authority you haven't learned to walk in. I have prepared assignments that will require everything you've learned in the dark, and then some. You thought you were being prepared for something small. A little promotion, a little healing, a little breakthrough. But I was preparing you for something vast. Something that will require all of you. Something that will stretch you in ways you can't predict. Something that will make you depend on me every single day. And you're ready. You don't feel ready, but you are. Everything you've been through has prepared you for this. Every betrayal taught you who to trust. Every loss taught you what truly matters. Every closed door taught you to wait for my timing. Every long night taught you to find me in the dark. You are the most prepared person I have. You just don't know it yet. But you will know it. You will know it when you walk into rooms and people feel the shift. You will know it when you open your mouth and words come out that you didn't plan. You will know it when situations that used to terrify you now feel like opportunities. You will know it when you look at problems and see solutions. When you look at obstacles and see stepping stones. When you look at enemies and see people who will one day call you blessed. I am changing your perspective. I am renewing your mind. I am giving you the mind of Christ, the mind that sees what I see, believes what I believe, speaks what I speak. You are not who you were. You are becoming who you've always been in me. And the people who know you, the ones who loved you through it all, the ones who stayed when staying was hard, the ones who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself, they will watch your restoration and weep. Not with jealousy, with joy, because they know what it cost you to get here. They know the nights you cried. They know the battles you fought. They know the strength it took to keep going. And they will celebrate you, genuinely, fully, without reservation, because your restoration is also theirs. Your victory proves that it's possible. Your breakthrough opens the door for theirs. You are not just being blessed, you are becoming a blessing. So receive it. Stop fighting. Stop striving. Stop trying to make it happen in your own strength. Just receive what I am giving you. Open your hands and let me fill them. Open your heart and let me heal it. Open your future and let me write it. The restoration is here. The peace is here. The abundance is here. All you have to do is say yes. All you have to do is trust me. All you have to do is walk into everything I've prepared and let yourself be loved. I have waited so long for this moment. I have watched you struggle and fight and almost give up. I have held you when you couldn't hold yourself. I have carried you when you couldn't walk. And now, finally, I get to watch you rise. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. And I am with you. Every step, every breath, every victory, forever. My beloved, here we are, at the end of this conversation, but at the beginning of everything else. I know you don't want this to end. I know you've been hiding here, in these words, because something about them feels like home. You've been reading slowly, maybe even rereading, because you're afraid that when you finish, you'll be alone again. You'll be back in your life, back in your struggles, back in the noise, and this voice, my voice, will fade into memory. But I need you to understand something crucial, something that will change everything if you let it. I never speak to you only in words on a screen. I never leave you when the video ends. I never go silent when you close the app or put down the phone. I am with you, always, in ways you can feel and in ways you can't, in moments you recognize and in moments you don't. I am the thought that pops into your head that you can't explain. I am the peace that settles over you when you should be panicking. I am the strength that gets you out of bed when everything in you wants to stay there. I am the hope that won't die no matter how hard you try to kill it. That's me. That's always been me, and I'm not going anywhere. You have been looking for signs. You have been asking for confirmation. You have been waiting for a burning bush, a parting sea, a voice from heaven that leaves no room for doubt. But I have been speaking to you in whispers all along, in sunsets, in psalms, in the kindness of strangers, in the small coincidences that you call luck, but are really my fingerprints on your life. Open your eyes, open your heart. I am closer than your own breath. The journey you've been on, the long waiting, the hidden tears, the silent suffering, the closed doors, the betrayals, the confusion, it's all led to this moment. Not just this moment of reading, but this moment in your life, this threshold, this doorway, this line between what was and what will be. You are standing at the edge of your destiny, and I know you're afraid. I know you're wondering if you're ready, if you're worthy, if you'll mess it up, if you'll disappoint me, if you'll fail when it finally matters most. Let me quiet those fears once and for all. You are ready because I made you ready. You are worthy because I declared you worthy. You will not mess it up because I am holding your hands. You will not disappoint me because I never expected you to be perfect. I expected you to be dependent. You will not fail because even if you stumble, I will catch you. Even if you fall, I will lift you. Even if you make mistakes, I will redeem them. This is not about your performance. This has never been about your performance. This is about my faithfulness working through your yielded heart. The same God who brought you through the fire will bring you into the promise. The same God who closed doors to protect you will open doors to promote you. The same God who held you in the dark will walk with you into the light. I have not changed. I will not change. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And because I am the same, you can trust me with your future. I know you're carrying wounds, some old, some fresh, some you've talked about, some you've never spoken aloud. I know there are places in your heart that still ache, still bleed, still flinch when certain memories surface. Bring them to me, all of them, right now. I don't need you to have it all together. I don't need you to be fixed before you come to me. I am the healer. I am the fixer. I am the one who takes broken things and makes them not just whole, but beautiful. Give me your fear about the future. Give me your regret about the past. Give me your anxiety about what people think. Give me your exhaustion from trying so hard for so long. Give me the dreams you've buried. Give me the hopes you've given up on. Give me the relationships that broke you. Give me the rejection that shaped you. Give me every single piece of your broken heart, and watch what I do with it. I don't just repair, I transform. I don't just heal, I glorify. I don't just restore, I elevate. The story you're living is not just about you. It's about everyone who will watch your life and see me in it. It's about the generation coming behind you who needs to know that I am real, that I am good, that I keep my promises. It's about the people who gave up on me because they gave up on themselves. They need to see what I can do with someone who refuses to quit. You are that someone. You are the proof. You are the testimony walking. And I am so proud of you. Not because you did everything right. Not because you never struggled with doubt. Not because you always believed when belief was hard. I am proud of you because you kept going, because you stayed, because when everything in you wanted to run, you planted your feet and said, I'll give it one more day. Those one more days added up. They became weeks, months, years, and here you are, still standing, still believing, still hoping, and that is the greatest victory of all. The enemy wanted you destroyed. He wanted you bitter. He wanted you finished. He threw everything he had at you. Betrayal, loss, confusion, loneliness, disappointment, delay, and you're still here. You're still seeking me. You're still trusting me. You're still reading these words, letting them sink into the deepest places of your soul. You won. Do you understand that? You already won. The battle is over. The war is decided. The victory is yours. Now it's time to live like it. It's time to walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the confidence of one who knows they are loved. It's time to speak with authority, not to prove yourself, but to declare what I've already said about you. It's time to stop shrinking, stop hiding, stop apologizing for existing, and start occupying the space I created for you before the foundations of the earth. You were not an accident. You were not a mistake. You were not an afterthought. I wanted you. I chose you. I set you apart before you drew your first breath. And everything you've been through, every single thing, has been working together to bring you to this moment. This moment where you finally believe it. This moment where you finally receive it. This moment where you finally step into everything I've been preparing for you. I know you're emotional right now. I know tears are close. Let them come. Let them fall. Those tears are not weakness. They are washing away the last remnants of the old you. They are watering the seeds of the new thing I'm growing in your life. They are holy. They are healing. They are necessary. Cry if you need to. But when the tears dry, stand up. Stand up and walk forward. Walk into your future. Walk into your destiny. Walk into the life I've been holding for you since before time began. I am with you. I am for you. I am in you. Nothing can separate you from my love. Nothing can stop my plan for your life. Nothing can undo what I have done. The same power that spoke galaxies into existence lives inside you. The same love that refused to leave you in the dark is now leading you into the light. The same faithfulness that carried you through every valley will now establish you on every mountaintop. You are mine. You have always been mine. You will always be mine. And now, go. Go and be who I created you to be. Go and do what I created you to do. Go and love who I created you to love. Go and live the life I died to give you. Not perfectly, not without challenges, not without moments of doubt, but always, always with me. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never stop loving you. This is not goodbye. This is just the beginning. Go in peace. Go in power. Go in the unshakable knowledge that you are chosen, you are loved, and you are never alone. I am with you, always, until the end of the age and beyond. My beloved, my child, my masterpiece, go and shine.